St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow, and if you have plans that involve green beer, you want to make sure you have enough food in your stomach, perhaps a nice Irish breakfast. This morning, Heather Schember with Whole Foods is here to show us how to start the holiday off right, and I guess that means the most important meal of the day.
Yeah, you want to eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper, right?
All right, so tell me a little bit of what is an Irish breakfast?
So traditionally, Irish breakfast is something that's really filling. It's going to keep you running all day because you're going to be working pretty hard, and you want something that's going to sustain you with like fats and carbs and some veggies in there too.
So let's jump right in. I see a hot pan here.
Yeah, so we have in here, we already melted some butter. So we have our Kerrygold salted butter that we're using today.
Irish butter is great.
Yes. It's creamy and it's a little bit sweet too. So we have that already warmed. So what we're going to start with is we're going to crack an egg. And you want to, tip to not breaking the yolk is you want it low to the pan.
Okay.
And
not a big drop.
No, because that way you're going to crack the yolk. And it's okay, sometimes you're going to get a shell in there. You can just pick it out. There's no shells in there. Okay. Just so you're aware.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any shells. I'm good. So we have this going. It's nice and hot.
Yeah, so what we're also going to do is have the bacon going. So the bacon's going right now in another pan, but traditionally you would cook this all in one pan. Okay. Because you're going to cook with the grease and the butter to get more flavor. Yeah. So while the egg is cooking, we can go ahead and we'll add some of this bacon that's already a little bit warm. So we're going to add that right in there with the already heated grease and butter. And then what you would do next is you add tomatoes. Okay. And you want those warming. And you're going to add mushrooms as well. So we'll just go ahead and toss some of those in there. And so typically, we're doing this in 2 pots, but typically you said this would be a 1-pot, 1-pot dish. Yep. So in a 1-pot dish, it's all about timing, right? Because if I put my tomatoes in too early, then I end up with a mess. Exactly. And you want to make sure you're flipping them. If you could tell, you don't want the skins to start peeling too much off the tomato. You just kind of want them warm. And then the mushrooms, you want them, you know, just a little soft, a little bit browned with the butter and the grease. And so we're going to go ahead and take these tomatoes out because they're about done. We'll just plate them up here. Would you like me to put this a little closer? Sure, if you wish. A little closer. All right, here, there you go. Thank you. And so we'll just kind of get that going in there. Warm that. Put these mushrooms right on top for presentation. And then we can go ahead and just plop one of those toasts in there. Yeah. You want it to sop up some of that grease and the butter. Go ahead like that. And so how long would something like this typically take to make? I'm at home maybe about, I mean, if you're cooking the bacon from, you know, raw to, you know, cooked, maybe 10, 15 minutes at most. And that's another part. It's quick and it's easy. Something that you could, you know, easily take with you to work in a little bread bowl if you wished. And you mind if I grab a? Go ahead. Here's a fork. Do you need a knife? Thank you. See, Heather is, you know, she gave me a fork. I had my fingers ready to go. My mother would have been disappointed in me. She taught me better than that, but that's good. And what kind of bread is this? The bread is an ancient grain loaf that we have, but you would traditionally use an Irish soda bread, but you could use any grained bread that you want, even sourdough. And this is really, really good. And certainly a great way to get your weekend kicked off because we know people are going to be doing a whole lot of partying, a whole lot of fun when St. Patrick's Day is on a Saturday. It is. Yeah, you know it's going to be a big party. Yes. Heather Schember, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, we can find all these things at Whole Foods, right? WXYZ-TV.com, yes.